This is the At Home with Zac
And TT for the Millwall drive home, reporting on the game that's just finished at the Cardiff City Stadium. It finished Cardiff City 1.
Millwall 1.
I think it's always worse when you're leading and the other team comes back to get the point. It's always better the other way around. I'm really disappointed with that draw. I've got to be honest. There are a lot of positives I can take out of it. But ultimately, that's our 13th draw in the league. And it's two more than the next most amount of draws. We've got to be winning games like that. You know, to take the lead with a bit of luck that we got. I felt that the game was really even. A point is a fair result. There's no getting around it. You know, Cardiff City had equally as many chances as we did. I felt that we had the better chances and we didn't take them. And that's ultimately going to cost you points in a tough division. And it's individual errors again. A couple of them we didn't get punished for and one we did get punished for. And, you know, it's fine margins and it's really difficult to stay positive when, you know, we're picking up draws and we don't, you know, again, this is two on back-to-back draws. You'd think away at home to Watford, away to Cardiff, they're decent points, but not when you're not picking up any wins anywhere else. And that's where, you know, the challenge is set for us. If you're here, thanks very much for watching. Obviously, thank you very much for the likes on the last video. If you stick a like on this one, it'd be greatly appreciated. And put your comments down below. We started with an unchanged lineup from the Watford game, which was unsurprising. You know, Bart in goal, the back three of Cooper, Hutchinson, Leonard, the wing backs of Malone and McNamara. You know, Woods and Hefton Beld sitting in front of them. In front of them was Thompson, and then up front we had Zahor and Jed. And before I go any further, I thought it was by far Jed's best performance
Of this season.
for a long time. I thought he was absolutely superb. You know, his energy, his effort, you know, his flicks, his tricks, everything was coming off. Obviously, the goal comes from Jed. You know, it was a defensive error by them. Funny enough, a header, Jed intercepts it. He runs direct, you know, which is what you want to see with him, with pace, with power. He's got absolutely no one to cut it back to. There's no one in the box at all that's running onto the ball. But what he does is he plays it towards the defender, hoping for a deflection, and that's exactly what he gets. And it goes into the back of the net, and you know, it's a fortunate goal. We created better chances after that, and we didn't take them. But you've got to take a slice of luck when it comes your way, because we've had enough go against us. You know, with deflected shots that we've had recently. So we'll take that.
We finally get a bit of luck for once. It's not the Millwall way, actually.
And then, you know, you was thinking maybe it could have been a bit like the Huddersfield game. You know, we take the lead early on, and then we were strong in defence. You know, obviously Cardiff come into the game, they had a lot of possession, but we made them play very direct. You know, I don't know how the hell they're allowed a towel on the edge of the, you know, when they're taking their throw-ins with COVID, or even before COVID, I don't think you're allowed a towel. To do it with COVID just seems like a ridiculous thing to be able to do. But they peppered us, you know, balls into the box, and they've got one of the best big strikers in the division in Kiefer Moore, who, you know, he gets a chance, not before Bakuna gets a chance. He has a shot on goal that's straight at Bart. You'd expect Bart to save that. Then, you know, Moore has a head. I think it's about the 26th minute, but the ball's crossed into the box. He gets the other side of Cooper, heads the ball over, showing his dangerous intent. It was a tough chance, you know. It's not one of those easy ones. But then I felt that we were able to get, you know, we were still in the game, and obviously we're looking very dangerous on the break. McNamara does a great challenge on the edge of our box, and, you know, McNamara again is not looking out of place. Slide tackle in the edge of the box, drives forward with the ball, lays in Jed straight down the line. Jed takes it further a little bit forward, crosses the ball into Zahor, who tries to hit it first time and misses the target.
It's a hard
chance
thing.
but you expect him to hit the target. You know, we're playing against his former side, and that's what he's in the team.
Especially as he's a striker. If that was a defender, I totally get it. But as our second best centre forward, he's got to be putting them away.
He does, and that's, you know, the chances win games. Simple as that. And then, you know, Cardiff have the next chance, where we give them, this is what I slightly didn't like, you know, they were able to find gaps and holes where they were allowed time on the ball, and you can't give any team time on the ball. But the ball was played towards Kiefer Moore, who turns Hutchinson, I think, and Hutchinson brings him down on the edge of the box. The free kick goes into the wall and then goes off for a corner, but then the corner comes in, and it's a great header by Volks. I think it was at the back. No, it wasn't Volks. It was the centre back at the back post, and he heads it over bar. It's going to go in, but Bell does really well to clear it off the line. Then there's a.
At least we got a bit of luck with off the line. It weren't at the other end, but.
And then we had a fracas in the box, and the ball drops, and there's a shot at Bart. That was well saved. You know, Bart's done what he needed to do again today. There was absolutely nothing he could do for the equaliser in the second half. But, you know, positively, I felt that Ryan Leonard again at the back's looking very good. What we do occasionally, each one of the centre-backs at one time or another give the ball away in inopportune moments, and that creates an issue. Leonard done it in the second half, and just Bart comes out and clears the ball away.
Brilliant pace by Bart, which is
you know, he's reacted well to clear the ball. But, you know, I felt that we handled their threat really well. You know, they had quite a lot of shots, but most of the shots were from outside the box. They weren't likely to trouble. I think they had 3 shots on target in the entire match, and you know, that's where defensively we looked good. And I felt we were better going forward because Jed was so lively, getting us up the pitch. Unfortunately, you know, straight after half time, this is where, you know, you go in at 1-0, you're a little bit under the cosh for the last 2 minutes of the first half. You come out second half, Woods does brilliantly to win the ball. Lays in. I think he passed it up to Bell then plays it into Zahor. Zahor takes a touch, takes another touch, and then tries to kind of a half chip finish and hits the goalkeeper and goes wide. And he has to score. There's just no getting over it.
It's fantastic footwork by the keeper, to be fair, but as a centre forward, just take one touch and bang it into that corner.
And that's what he should have done, and he didn't. Cardiff have the next opportunity, across from the right. Bennett is unmarked on about the 6-yard box. I have absolutely no idea how he's ghosted in there. And, you know, obviously, if a header's going to fall to anyone, you want it to fall to a left back. He puts it over the top of the bar, which, you know, quite fortunate.
It saved us.
It did save us, and then, you know, I felt like we were coping quite well. You know, they bring on Harry Wilson, who's an excellent prospect. You know, he's done well at Derby. He's now playing for Cardiff, and you know, we make an elementary mistake. You know, Tomo gets dispossessed in midfield. As Zahor's just played him, he only has to play it back to him. I don't know. He tries to hold on to the ball, gets dispossessed, then they're in on goal. And that's the one thing I think that we really struggle with. I think when we're set defensively, we look all right. It's the transition between when we turn the ball over. That's where we're not quite right in the right positions, and we're caught out far too often. And if you look back through so many of our goals, it's done on the transition from when we get caught in possession. You know, Woods a couple of times this season, definitely one at Blackburn. But it's Tomo's turn today. You know, that Harry Wilson then plays a lovely little ball into Kiefer Moore, who runs on it, takes, you know, his one chance with his feet, thinks it over Bart to make it 1-1. And
it was a beautiful finish into the corner.
It's a very good finish. You know, Cardiff have a couple of shots after that high line had some, but it didn't really create any more opportunities. We created with Jed direct running, you know, his skills getting us up the pitch. We got a couple of corners. John Daddy Budvarsson comes on as our only sub, and I don't understand how Budvarsson's coming on before Matt Smith. I really don't.
I just don't get how he has any quality. How Gary Rowett, if you ever watch our video,
I'm sure you don't.
I know, but if you ever watch our video, don't play Budvarsson. He's so shocking.
I don't like to single out any particular player because I don't think it's useful. You know, us digging players out, but I just don't know what he brings to the team. I really don't. You know, Matt Smith comes on, scores goals, and you know, it's 1-1. We want to win games like that. You know, if you look moving forward, we've got Norwich midweek at Tuesday. I think it's 6 o'clock kickoff, and then we've got you would say a winnable game, although it's at home. We've got Sheffield Wednesday. 2 massive games now to build on the back of this one. But you know, if you take away Tomo's mistake, we would win the game. We're walking away with 3 points, and then it's a different attitude, and you feel like, because we did defend well for most of the game. You know, I thought the referee was a joke. You know, it gave us absolutely. If you look at the foul count in that game, it was a disgrace. Hutchinson's elbowed in I think it's like the 2nd minute of the game, a full blown elbow in the box, and I don't know whether the ref or the linesman have not seen it or they've chosen not to see it. but it absolutely baffles me that, you know, big decisions like that. Imagine they go down to 10 men, changes the complexity of changes the complexion of the game completely.
Because they're one man down, and we could come off that and maybe score one more because we have one more player on the pitch.
Who knows? But then we also, you know, we're attacking right near the end, and he's blown up 15 seconds early. And
It was. I remember it was 7.
Well,
seconds.
It was before the time,
so
which you never,
stupid.
you never have that.
Because we were in possession on the halfway line with no one in front of us. Wood could have just run. He probably wouldn't, but we could have got something off of it.
Like I said, Woods and Kefton Bell today. I thought Woods again. You know, he'd done a lovely dinked ball in the first half over to Jed Wallace. To Scott Malone. He's just got that ability when he gets further forward, and hopefully, you know, building blocks are there, steps are being made. We do need a couple more signings. There's no doubt about it. We've got to hold on to the ball a little bit better. But there's slight spring roots. I'm not happy with a draw. I've got to be honest. I wanted all 3 points, especially after taking the lead. To give them the goal is disappointing. But we'll go again against Norwich on Tuesday night. Thank you very much for watching the Millwall Drive Home. It's the only best place to watch any Millwall content. No one likes us.
We don't care.